Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be going over pretty much the Uvalde shooting. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, okay, well, we already know what happened, and all that good stuff, and it's over. Well, there's still more information come out, and there may be more until further notice. But we're getting information that that essentially that the shift's being blamed, and the chief is technically giving us some very interesting info that may be a bigger reason why we should, maybe keep our guns. Let's get into it. Narratives and blame shift again as dysfunction engulfs shooting probe. The Texas Department of Public Safety said a local police chief had stopped cooperating and also walked back a statement that a teacher had propped open a door used by the shooter to enter the school. So what we're seeing here is that there's been a lot of things to where the police have been lying about this issue, and I would really want to see on what the full map of the situation is. I mean, this article will kind of explain exactly what the map or how exactly they thought or happened, but there might be some more underlying issues that may be pertained here. But either way, we'll find out why. You'll understand why this man should be fired, and specifically, all the other police officers. The official response to the mass shooting at Uvalde Elementary School, a response already marred by shifting narratives, finger-pointing, and a general lack of timely and accurate information, took a further turn toward dysfunction on Tuesday. The Texas Department of Public Safety said Uvalde School District's police chief, Pete Arredondo, I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce his last name, who made the decision to wait for more resources rather than confront the gunman sooner, has stopped cooperating with state investigators and had not responded to requests for information for over 2 days. What are you hiding there, Pete? What are you hiding there? Normally, people that are innocent and, take the blame will normally, say it. But unfortunately, you, on the other hand, sir, is hiding like a coward. Arredondo contests the claim, and the agency walked back an assertion that a teacher at Robb Elementary School propped open a back door prior to the shooting, allowing the gunman to enter and kill 19 students and 2 teachers. Earlier Tuesday, the teacher's lawyer had pushed back on the state's account. Texas Rangers, investigating the response to the shooting, want to continue talking to Arredondo, but he hasn't answered a request made 2 days ago for a follow-up interview. According to 2 DPS spokespeople, the Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District's police department and the Uvalde Police Department have otherwise been cooperating with the Rangers' investigation, DPS spokesperson Travis Considine said. Also, by the way, just a quick clear up, guys. The Rangers was not involved, or I would say, they did not go to the police area, as far as we know. They are now investigating, because the Rangers are obviously investigating, but they were not there. The Rangers were never actually at that place, otherwise it would have been cleaned up way quicker. Arredondo did not return, well, hopefully cleaned up way quicker. Arredondo did not return to a call requesting comment. He told CNN in a brief interview that he is speaking every day with DPS investigators, but declined to further discuss the shooting. I've been on the phone with them every day, Arredondo said. Amid the turmoil, Texas' largest police union, the Combined Law Enforcement Association of Texas, or CLEAT, urged its members Tuesday in a statement to cooperate fully with investigations into the police response to the Uvalde massacre, though they didn't name Arredondo. Both the police chief and the school teacher have been implicated by TPS officials as, in effect, having failed at their jobs. The change in the narrative is likely to deepen the mistrust surrounding the investigation. Already, as in other mass shootings, conspiracy theories and misinformation have begun to proliferate online, which I'm not really surprised, considering the fact there's a lot of information that we're probably not getting, and we want to know why this issue ended up happening. They give out an actual reason, but again, there's still got to be more evil stuff, especially if he's not responding to interviews. While the U.S. Department of Justice has agreed to review the response to the mass shooting, the ultimate responsibility for carrying out a credible, thorough, and transparent investigation rests with the state. Agreed. And so far, state officials have not offered much confidence in their ability to carry out such a probe. Yeah, I would also agree with that statement as well. In the school teachers case, Texas DPS Director Stephen McCraw said Friday that the unnamed teacher had propped open the door through which the gunman entered the school. DPS now says a teacher shut that door, but its automatic lock malfunctioned. Constantine said DPS is investigating why the lock didn't work. The reversal came hours after a lawyer representing the teacher told the San Antonio Express News that the teacher closed the door before the shooter entered the building. She remembers pulling the door closed while telling 911 that he was shooting. Dawn Flannery, the teacher's lawyer, told Express News she thought the door would lock because that door is always supposed to be locked. Flannery did not return requests for comment from the Texas Tribune on Tuesday. The revelation was the latest addition to what has become an almost daily need to clean up past statements by state leaders. DPS officials and Governor Greg Abbott have walked back several of their initial statements about the shooting, and the authorities' response to the call, contrary information came to light. For example, Abbott and McCraw said the gunman encountered a police officer before he entered the school. McCraw later said the shooter went inside unopposed. When asked about the discrepancy, Abbott said he was livid to have been misled in some of his earliest briefings on the massacre, and rightfully so. There's a lot of misinformation and a lot of lies going on by the police here, and this is a huge problem. I think that whole police force needs to be disbanded at this point and put in a new police force. Now, how hard it would be, it seems this is obviously there's some type of corruption going on here, and 19 kids are dead because of this, and 2 other adults. So I really want to see onto why this travesty had to happen the way it did, with this complete negligence on top of seems like some type of corruption. And God forbid if there's some other higher up person that allowed this to happen besides the police chief, we should have some investigation onto that too. If it proves to be an actual thing that happened. CLEAT, the police union, blamed state officials Tuesday for a great deal of false and misleading information in the aftermath of this tragedy, some of which came from the very highest levels of government and law enforcement. Which is bad. Sources that Texans once saw as ironclad and completely reliable have now been proven false, the union said in a statement. Police officers who responded to the shooting at Robb Elementary have faced heated criticism from parents who said officers did not act quickly enough to stop the 18-year-old gunman. Exactly, and I 100% agree. The criticism reached a new level on Friday when McCraw told reporters that officers did not try to stop the shooter sooner because the district's police chief wanted to wait for backup and equipment before confronting the gunman, even though 911 calls confirmed that students were still trapped inside with the shooter. And again, guys, these are the people that we want protecting us, by the way. The Democrats want to strip us of our rights, and then they want the police to defend us. McCall said Arredondo, whom he identified by position but did not name, treated the gunman as a barricaded suspect rather than an active shooter, and believed children were no longer at risk, which McCall called a mistake. Alright. Yeah. So still not go into the building to actually show that actually happened. So, when is this guy going to get fired exactly, by the way? A tactical unit made of U.S. Border Patrol agents eventually breached the classroom and killed the gunman more than an hour after the gunman first arrived on campus. By the way, it was not the officers. It wasn't the police officers did it. The U.S. Border Patrol did this. Yeah. Good job. The news about Arredondo came on the same day he was sworn in as a member of the Uvalde City Council, which should be actively removed and fired, and potentially even jailed, I would say. A public ceremony had been scheduled for Tuesday after the chief won election on May 7th, but the event was postponed. Uvalde Mayor Don McLaughlin said in a press release that nothing in the city law prevented him from taking his seat. Later in the day, McLaughlin said he was sworn in as a per the city charter. As again, should be immediately removed. Out of respect for the families who buried their children today and who are planning to bury their children in the next few days, no ceremony was held, the mayor said. Arredondo's law enforcement career spans nearly 3 decades. Surprising. that he was there that long, because this is a form of negligence that I have not heard of in quite a while, including 15 years at the Uvalde Police Department. He completed an active shooter response training in December, according to Texas Commission in law enforcement records. The first funeral for one of the victims of the attack was held Tuesday for Armory Joe Garza. She was 10. The mayor also walked back in his previous criticism of Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who previously had said state officials were not told the truth about the timeline of the shooting. The mayor responded to Patrick's comments, saying investigators had not misled anyone. In Tuesday night's statement, the mayor said he misunderstood statements I thought he said. Our parents deserve answers, and I trust the Texas Department of Public Safety Texas Rangers will leave no stone unturned, the mayor said. Our emotions are raw, and hearts are broken, and words are sometimes exchanged because of those emotions. In a tweet, Patrick responded to McLaughlin saying he appreciated the mayor's statement, setting the record straight. We can find a full list of these guys here, which we'll go over in a second. But first, I'll address a few things. So I do know that at least some of these people are taking accountability for their actions, which is great. And at least trying to see the record straight. The bigger issue is that I have here is that I want to see the police chief, which is Pete Arredondo, to be completely fired, and I would even say damn near say jailed. Because this is just a new level of just insanity. And if it comes out that he was urged by some other politician or whatever to let this happen, that politician should be immediately jailed, and then the officer should also be immediately jailed. So that's my personal opinion on that matter, because that's just insanity. So we'll try to see here on the Tribune here, and see what we have. I'm not, from what I'm seeing here, doesn't seem like a lot of stuff. So what we'll do here is that we'll kind of read and see what this technically says, and then we'll end this video. CLEAT has been a financial supporter of the Texas Tribune, a non-profit, non-partisan news organization that is funded in part by donations from members, foundations, and corporate sponsors. Financial supporters play no role in the CLEAT Tribune's journalism. Find a complete list of them here. So this will just be the list of here. I'll put this stuff over here to kind of see where you guys are, where we have all this stuff. I'll make sure all this comes in here. The Alejandro, and then it's Ruiz. I don't know why this is technically highlighted. That doesn't really make so much sense. ACLU, fuck ACLU. So yeah, we're seeing some things that are hired here. Bank of America. Let's see if we can find more of some of these things. Capital Syndicate, huh? Chevron. Education Open Doors. El Paso Community College. What the fuck is... What? Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much as being like a huge thing here. But these are all the donations to the CLEAT. So take that as you will. But yeah, guys, it's insane. I can't. This is a form of negligence that I cannot even fathom. It's insane, and I hope the light comes soon. I'll try to come soon, and I hope that we find the actual information that truly happened here. We may not, because I know how corrupt our politicians and technically how our system is, but I'm really hoping that we can get some true light into this, because this is insanity. So, okay, guys, that's it for the video. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.